And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Let's start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harachakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone, and teach, guide, and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect out there. Shalom unto you. I just want to put this quick video out here with this article I have, okay? And in this article by Salon.com says it's a huge list. Iowa GOP would ban people on food stamps from buying fresh meat and more. Okay? People on food stamps can't buy fresh meat and more. The list also restricts purchases of bread, cheese, oil, salt, and other food staples. Okay? And the reason I read that scripture in the book of Revelation is, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. These draconian measures. Let's look up that. Draconian measures. Bear with me.
According to Collins Dictionary, draconian laws or measures are extremely harsh and severe.
Extremely harsh and severe. And this is just a sign of those coming. Okay? Of these draconian laws and measures coming. Okay? This is what it's all about. All right? This beast has to set up a system and force you into it. But you also have to be persuaded to go into it. Why? Because you have to willingly want to take his mark into you. Okay? But the draconian measures is what's gonna force you into it. All right? And looking at no fresh meat. So what are they leaving you with? GMOs. What are they leaving you with? Processed food, the things that are really bad for you. Also, let's not forget, I don't know if I still have that article up, but you can Google how Bill Gates was talking about putting the juicy juice inside of food. Okay? Now think about it when you go into Jake's neighborhoods, which Jake is the sons of Jacob, which is you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, the Israelites. Okay, his name was changed from Jacob to Israel, right? When you go into your neighborhoods in this captivity, there's these things called food deserts. Okay, let's look up that. Bear with me.
According to Wikipedia, a food desert is an area that has limited access to affordable and nutritious food.
Okay, affordable and nutritious food. In contrast, an area with greater access to supermarkets and vegetable crops with fresh foods may be called a food oasis. Who lives in the food oasis and who lives in the food deserts? You Jays live in the food deserts, okay? And the wealthy live in the food oases, okay? Because when you go to Jake's neighborhoods, you go into the neighborhood Walmarts, or sometimes they don't even have a grocery store or a supermarket. You just go in there, and what do they have? What kind of store? They have corner stores, gas stations, convenience stores, liquor stores. Okay, and you got to try to get a meal out of these places, man. Or a bodega or whatever the case may be, man. Okay, and it's very limited. All right, the prices aren't they may be cheap, they may not, but then you also see in our neighborhoods fast food places. Okay, but and something that you notice, there's usually drive-throughs in our neighborhood, right? But you go to these rich people's neighborhoods, and what do you find? The wealthy's neighborhoods, what do you find? Cuisine, different types of cuisine. Okay, and the price is usually higher. Okay, you see these higher quality food places to eat at. Supermarkets, fresh fruit, and they have like fucking dragon fruit and you know, stuff that's star fruit, stuff you can't always get. These seedless grapes, you know, seedless watermelons and bananas over in Jake's neighborhood, man. And that's if you can get those things. Usually you can only get candy and in juice, and not even real juice. This is like 0% fruit juice in it. Like, it's bad, man. Chips, Top Ramen, Hot Pockets, frozen processed foods. Okay, so when you look at an article like this, you got to understand that our people are all messed up, man. Okay, and I'm gonna hit a curse real quick, which is in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. And this is how you know that these curses fit our people. Matter of fact, before I read it, let me jump up. Deuteronomy 28 and let me see, 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And we're very low, man. You go into the book of Lamentations, and it tells you how low our people are. That our people are all messed up, man. These other nations in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, I believe, right, have consulted to take us out, man, to make us the lowest people, or even to eradicate us off the planet if they possibly could. If the Heavenly Father would allow it, they would. Okay? But they have got us in a jacked up state, man, the lowest of the low now. We're under them, and they're the real lowest of the low by nature. Okay, talking about the Edomites. Okay, they don't have a God that gave them statutes, laws, and commandments. Okay, that told us to be disciplined in the earth and guided us in the earth. Okay, but anyway, it says, but now this is the condition that we're in now. We're the lowest of the low, and they are very up high above us, and they lend to us, and we cannot lend to them. So they control what we can purchase and how much we can make and what we can get. Okay, verse 45, it says, matter of fact, 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. And what's destroying us? All these nasty ass foods, man. Okay? Our people are being killed with these nasty ass foods. What do these nasty foods lead you to? It leads you to pharmaceuticals. Okay? And what do the pharmaceuticals lead you to? The grave. But it leads you there slowly. Okay? It leads you to the grave slowly. All right? So they can pump you out of these out of your money, the little money that you slave for, and just milk it out of you, man. You never truly get ahead. Not that you made a living wage in the first place. Most of our people, right? It says, shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenedest not. We didn't listen unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, is the name of the Heavenly Father, thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Okay, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And that's how you know, because even going back into the Americas, particularly North America, with the slavery that our people have served, what did they give us? The worst that was on these plantations, man. The worst crops, the worst remains of the animals. Anytime something like chitlins is on your list, man, of good foods to eat on the plantation, man, you know shit is messed up when you really understand what those are. Okay? And Jake will jake it up, but man, not only is it pork, it's the intestines of a pork, man. Pork eat anything, so it's all messed up, okay? But then you go into our neighborhoods now, and everything's processed, chicharrones and all types of shit, man. Pork skins and pork rinds, these processed foods, chips with all types of seasonings and poisons in them, sugar. Man, it's all messed up, okay? All messed up for our people in our conditions. And it says 46, for thou servest not the Lord thy power, thy God, right? With joyfulness and with the gladness of heart and for the abundance of all things. He would have gave us all the true abundance of all things, the richest things in the planet, man. The most precious things in the planet would have been ours. Okay, but what did we do? We didn't keep our end of the agreement. So we're on the bottom now. And now we got to deal with things like this. Because a lot of our people are on this list, but a lot of these Edomites are also on, in other nations are on food stamps, but they still got cash coming in. They still work and still got cash coming in, and they'll pay for their meat, and they'll go get the good meat from the good stores that they want, but all the other trimmings will be that, or they'll be able to get on food stamps. But Jake go right to Walmart and hoping Walmart got some fresh meat, if you can get fresh meat, and Jake won't buy any vegetables. The Jake neighborhoods, Walmarts don't even have vegetables in it or a grocery in it. There'll be cereal, bread, milk, and these are things on the list. But this is in Iowa particularly. This is just a sign and a test run for how the restrictions that are going to come down in the future. Okay? It says Iowa House Rep, and I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I will read some of it. It says Iowa House Republicans introduce a bill that will replace restrictions on the state's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, benefits, limiting who qualifies for food assistance and what foods they can buy. Right? The new bill, House File 3, dictates that the more than 250,000 Iowans who rely on SNAP can or cannot buy at grocery stores. Luke Elzinga, spokesman for local food nonprofit DeMarca, told Axios Des Moines. It says HF3, House File 3, right, also targets several other public assistance programs such as Medicaid and reduces the income level Iowans need to qualify for programs. Okay? It lowers the income need. Okay? Nearly 40 House Republicans have co-sponsored the bill that led by House Speaker Pat Grassley, one that would limit SNAP food purchases, formerly known as food stamps, to only what is on the state's approved WIC list, a supplemental nutrition aid for women, infants, and children. And we know that they didn't set, when they set this up, it was still a more racist situation, man. It wasn't set up for everybody to be on it like they're on it now. It was set up for Jake. And they set it up so Jake felt like they was getting a gift, but really they was getting dependent on the system. Okay? All you really had to give Jake, man, was their 40 acres and a mule, and they would grow and fix their own things, man, and grow the best quality foods out there and raise the better quality animals with love, and so it was nourishing and all these other things. But no. Okay, now what do we have? GMOs, man. We got GMOs now. Okay? Not impossible meat and whatever else, right? It says some of the proposed restrictions mean that low income, older, and disabled Iowans who rely on SNAP benefits would not be able to purchase items like fresh meat, white bread, or sliced cheese. And on the surface, this looks all bad, but when you get into it, it's not as bad as it looks. The bill indicates that people can only purchase 100% whole wheat bread, brown rice, and 100% whole wheat pasta, no white grains allowed. Which, when you look into white grains, those unbleached flours and bleached rice and all that, it's bad for you, man. That stuff is literally poison. Okay? And a heavy meat diet is really bad for you. Okay? But this is just showing you that the people that are running this thing are gonna just start jerking people around, man. They're gonna just start jerking people around. Okay? And there's a quote. It says, Mitch McConnell never needed free lunch. Solving childhood hunger shouldn't be a partisan issue. Also on the list, on the do not buy list are baked, refried, or chili beans, which is funny. Those are the main ones that Jake purchased, right? With all those other nutrients in there. It says, instead, recipients must purchase black, red, and pinto beans, cooking oil, spices, salt, and pepper would have would have to be crossed off the shopping list along with soup and canned vegetables and fruit. So it's actually better for you. Okay? It's actually better for you. When you really look at it, it teaches you to truly cook your food. Okay? To cook it from scratch. Soak your beans and refry them yourself without lard or vegetable oil, which those are bad for you as well. Okay? Different things like that. You can do that with water and a little bit of chicken stock. You know, there's ways around putting flavor in there without using oil, because our people are flooding into the hospitals from high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, all these different things from all these processes and extra ingredients and poisons, if you will, put into the food. Okay, so fresh meats are off the table. No, sir, you can't even get fresh meat, as Iowans would only be able to purchase canned products like canned tuna or salmon. Sliced, cubed, crumbled, and American cheese would also be eliminated from SNAP food purchases. First time I read that, I was like, damn, they taking off anything that makes food wonderful, man, to Jake. Jake loved to pile up cheese, you know, on whatever they're eating, you know. A House subcommittee is in the process of considering the bill, but critics say the WIC program was created for new mothers, pregnant people, and infants, and includes many outdated dietary restrictions. WIC is intended, quote, WIC is intended for new mothers, pregnant women, and they have pretty inadequate but very old restrictions. Okay? Says State Representative Beth Wessel Crowershell said Iowans on SNAP would not be able to buy meat, flour, butter, cooking oil, frozen prepared food. That's beautiful, man. Get your ass off, get off your ass and cook you some real food, man. Okay, but watch what else is on this list. Chair of the Iowa Hunger Coalition. It's a huge list. Actually, it's quicker to list than Iowans would still be able to buy with their SNAP benefits. Okay, now where's the one that I was reading? Let me jump down. Quote, I'll read this one. People need food to be alive, added Natalie Veldhouse, a policy advocate for Common Good Iowa, a progressive think tank. They're just bringing you back to the old way, man. Where was the good way? So you don't have all those pollutants in your food. Okay? However, but Jake, particularly, I don't care about what the other nations want that are on these things. I'm talking about you, Jakes. I bet the other nations really don't have a problem with this. Those ones that you know still have their culture. Now they'll go and get their spices. They probably got where they get their spices from. That they probably can't even buy with SNAP benefits anyway. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Indian restaurants, Jamaican restaurants, so on and so forth for you Jakes up over there. But you niggas, man, in the hood, y'all mad because y'all can't buy them Hot Pockets. It's making you mothers get your ass in the kitchen and cook. Stop running through the drive-thru. Stop throwing your food in the microwave, man, and actually have to cook some food. Okay? It says if these entitlement programs let me go back. How Republicans argue that the money allocated toward food security could be better spent on other priorities, right? It's these entitlement programs. They're the ones that are growing within the budget and are putting pressure on us being able to fund other priorities, said Speaker Grassley. The bill also proposes limiting SNAP recipients' access to the federal guidelines. I love this part, which means families wouldn't be allowed to use the program if they had more than $2,750 on hand, or $4,250 if they've got someone with a disability or over the age of 60 in their family. It also exempts just one vehicle, okay, which would potentially exclude families with 2 cars. You see it? Cutting you down. Hey, sell that, man. Sell that. Okay? Where's that other one? Yeah, it said they're also discouraging people from applying for SNAP even when they are eligible. They're really discouraging households from saving for emergencies because you can't really have an emergency savings account past a certain value or you'll be kicked off the program. Okay, while the bill hasn't been discussed in a subcommittee yet, Wessel Crowshell is already a fierce critic. It's almost like we're trying to make sure that these people don't get ahead. Oh, duh. Right? I think the job of SNAP is to try and lift people up while they're down and try to help them get ahead. And what's funny is, this is not how you get Jake ahead, man. How you get Jake ahead is you make Jake have to go out there and work to get the things they need, because Jake can sit on food stamps, man. There's Jakes out there that's 2 generations deep, man, 2 and sometimes 3 generations deep on food stamps and in Section 8. Ain't never had a job, man. 2 and 3 generations just living off the system, man. Okay? But this system is set up to destroy you, Jakes, man. They're completely dependent and destroyed. Okay? Completely dependent and destroyed. Pineal glands calcified from these fucked up ass foods, man. Pardon my French. Okay? It says, I think I read that already. And lift people up while they're down and try to help them get ahead, not to take away what they already have, what little they have, which is true, man, because when you look at what these other Edomites have, man, they got what Edomites consider poor, man, is like 2 and 3 times what Jake has that's considered poor. Okay? That's considered doing well-to-do. All right? Where did I read that at, man? They said canned fruits and vegetables are off the list as well. Let me find that. Let's think it's further down. Let's see if I can find it. All these things, man. It just talks about the troubles of you Jakes, man. Canned fruit and vegetables is off the list. It's in this article somewhere. I don't remember where exactly. You know, like I said, I'm not going to read it all. Let's see here. Into every aspect of our food and farming system of progressive change, anti-hunger programs, while also promoting racial justice for farmers and fair competition in the food industry. All right, let's get a couple more scripts. All right. So what are they doing? They're making you dependent on this system, man. They shall lend to thee, and thee shall not lend to them, man. Okay. We got where is it at? Yep, 48. Thou shalt serve thine, this is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Okay? In the want of all things. And it is going to hurt our people, man, because these single parent households, man, a lot of these mothers work, you know, and so they don't have time to cook. They don't have time to teach their children to cook. Okay? They don't have a second parent to earn wages so they can take time, don't have to work a double and all of this other stuff to make ends meet. Okay? They're used to just running through the drive-thru or bringing in something, you know, to throw in the microwave, man. Okay? And it, like I said, it makes you further dependent on these things. Let me go to second address. Matter of fact, before I go there, let's go back to Revelation 13. Revelation 13, verse jump down. Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And what's that image, man? The technological image that this beast is setting up. And everything's going to be ran through technology to where, if you remember, they said you will, Klaus Schwab, I believe it was, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Why would you need to own it in physical reality? when you got it in the digital realm, okay, in the metaverse or whatever, and you can just click in there and get what you want, man. Instant gratification in there, okay, to control you and your spirit by that, okay. Of the beast should both speak, come to life, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark. This is what's coming. The control of small legislation like this is what's coming. Okay, if you look at all the diseases that the people get, is from eating too much meat. The scriptures speak about eating too much meat and being dainty with thy meats. As a matter of fact, I'm going to grab it right quick. Okay, but this says that no man might buy or sell save he hath the mark. They're going to control you with these things. But they have been, our people, well, all the people of America, particularly in this society, have been raised to believe in a meat-based diet. All right, let me see if I can grab that in Sirach, I believe it is. Sirach chapter 37. Yep. Let's start 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. Okay, find out where your vices are, man, and stay away from those things. Okay, it says your pitfalls are, stay away from those things. It says, for all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. Okay, everything ain't for everybody. All right, be not insatiable, unsatisfied, or greedy, or what's the other word? Insatiable meaning you can't satisfy it, okay? In any dainty thing, nor greedy upon meats. They're cutting meat out your diet, man. Meat and cheese. Cheese is dairy is pretty much another form of meat. Okay? It says, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. By surfeiting many have perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. Showing you that you got to clean your diet up, man. Okay? All right? And the words to look up is surfeiting. Let's look that up.
Here's the definition of surfeit. Cause someone to desire no more of something as a result of having consumed or done it to excess.
Done too much with it. You're out there doing too much, okay? Overeating, man. These buffets and these hot wing parties for the Super Bowl, man, about to go down. All right, what else?
Here's the definition of choler. In medieval science and medicine, one of the 4 bodily humors, identified with bile and believed to be associated with a peevish or irascible temperament.
Okay, anger, irascibility. Let's see, choler, bile, anger. Basically, messing up your stomach fluid, your stomach acids. Okay. The other word is, we did that. We did surfeiting. And that. Okay, yeah, so that was the point of that. Okay. Now let's go into second address. We'll close out with that. So this man's going to control you. Okay, eventually where this is going to lead to. But in the meantime, this is good for you. Not to have that many meats. Not to be eating bleached flour and bleached rice and so on and so forth. She was literally poison, bleach, salt. Okay, that stuff is no good for you. Okay, if you don't believe it, look it up. Okay, iodized and table salt, man, that's just bad for you, man. You should be eating sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Okay, those have the most nutrients in it. But let's go to back in second address. The 16th chapter. We're going to start right here. 17. So, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. These are all the times that we're we're looking at examples of these things in prophecy in these times. Okay, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sin and scourges for a minute. These are signs of getting yourself corrected with the Heavenly Father, man. Searching out the old past, correcting thy ways. The prophets are there to feed us with wisdom and understanding, but the people misuse the prophets. They make jokes. They don't take it seriously. They don't inquire about the future, about what the Heavenly Father is going to do, and we're breaking it down right out the Bible to you. Okay? So, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. When you looked at the list of different meats, of course, you know pork was in there as well. Beef, pork, chicken, okay, was all on that list, man. Okay? So Jake can really take advantage of this and clean his diet up in Iowa if he really wanted to. But it's always going to lead to a dependency, man, on this system. All right, so continuing on, 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Showing you the time, man, that things like this are getting past these draconian laws and measures, okay, are only going to worsen because the devil knoweth he coming down with great wrath because he knoweth he have but a short time. From Revelation the 12th chapter. All right? These times are showing you all the different events that's going on, and it's only about to get worse. Okay? It's only about to get worse. This devil's going to show his horns and use those horns on you, Jakes, before it's all said and done. All right? Simply starting off with if he knows you Jakes can't cook and only does processed food, man, you up the creek. What Jake gonna do without certain cereals and without certain breads and certain processed foods, man, and certain meat? Jake is gonna be all jacked up, man. Okay, and all the things on the, like, I think they said no canned fruits and vegetables. Where Jake gonna get the fresh fruits? They gotta drive way across town in one car, okay, to get food, to get fresh foods. You see how this is working out, man. The devil's coming for our people, man. You better get with your how about Shemi Al-Shai, man, that you may be protected of it. So Lord willing, this was edifying. I'll try to remember to put the article in the description. We'll see what we can do with that. But anyway, Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Shemi Al-Shai, by Shemi Al-Hakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto the hopeful elect. To the next from Shalom.